All right, Aries, let's get it. Look, I'm here for a weekly reading. How you doing? I hope you're well, Fire family. Thank you so much for clicking here. I do appreciate you, as always. We are going to do a 9-card draw this week. That's what's tickling my brain, and I'm going to tell you what might be coming up in the near future. So this could be for today, tomorrow, next year, whatever. Some of you it's going to resonate today, and some of you won't resonate at all. And that is a general reading in a nutshell. So thank you so much for clicking here. If you've never been here before, welcome. I'm Elsie, and I do this reading once a week for you. You are my fire family. Look, I'm an Aries Taurus cusp. I've got Aries North Node, Aries Saturn. What else? Aries Venus. I got a lot of Aries. And you know what's happening, right? This is your moment. This is our moment, Aries. This is the put up or shut up moment. Because look, you didn't win the lottery, but you are being spiritually audited at this time and rebranded all at the same time. So please remain seated while your old bullshit is collected and the new bullshit arrives. The old you will dissolve in a very, very rude upgrade, as Neptune is in your sign and Saturn is not following far behind. Probably mid-February is when Saturn shows up, the taskmaster. So sorry, but I don't make the rules. Let's find out what's going on with you, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Let's pull 9 cards, see what might be coming up for you, friend. And if you're interested, at the end of this, I'll tell you how to find the extended, and then I will also tell you about private reads. So let's find out what's going on for you. We've got, oh, look at that. We start the 2 of Cups in the reverse. I'm just saying. Let's find out what else is going on here. We've got the King of Cups. Okay. Are you having relationship problems here? It feels like somebody here is having relationship problems that they're keeping under the surface. Now, it feels like something is super tumultuous, but you're staying steady in the storm. Something is, dare I say, maybe dying. It feels like there is, that with the 2 of Cups in the reverse, to me, that is somebody who's not as serious as you, someone who's not putting in as much as you. You are trying to deepen the connection, and they are not. It feels like you're not telling anybody. You're keeping it all under the surface at this time. And we have the 9 of Cups. All you want to be is happy. I think what you're after is emotional happiness, but I'm going to tell you that emotional happiness never comes through another. If you are not happy, by the time that person arrives, don't expect to be happy when they get there. Because the 9 of Cups is something you build on your own. The 9 of Cups is the place where you get to, that you build it on your own, which means that you don't require any external validation. So I think that somebody here is having a hard time with, and this could be friendship, right? Because the 2 of Cups doesn't always mean love. But this could be a friendship. This could be a family member. It's somebody who I feel that you're giving more to than is giving to you emotionally. And you're trying to deepen the bond with them, and it's not working. I feel like it is probably coming up mid-February where you realize, I'm out. I'm done with this. Because you're not putting in as much as I'm putting in, and I can't carry both sides of this friendship relationship or this family thing. We've got the Magician. Look, you're in your Magician energy. It's time for you to create some sort of environment that's good for you. You've got to create change. Whew, look, I've only got 5 cards down and I'm already exhausted, Aries. I'm already exhausted. I feel like a big change is coming up, because look, when we do a 9-card draw, what shows up at the center of the reading is what is on your heart. So it's the heart of the matter. You need change. And I feel like you are going to create that change. And that is going to be abundant, happy change. This is what happens when you're in the midst of going into a new vibration. I feel like somebody here is about to step into the Empress energy. Whether you're the man or the woman, whether you're feminine or masculine, Taurus is feminine, Libra is masculine energy, so it's both. So somebody here is about to step into their abundance or step into a new vibration. Like, I feel like you're changing vibrations, but it feels like you've been trying to drag this dead weight along with you for a long time. It does feel like it is something between 2 people, whether it is a friendship, platonic, or it is a relationship, romantic. Something here is changing. And I think that you have been trying to keep it from changing with your full brute force. I feel like you'll do whatever you have to do to remain right. Aries, you can't tell me that you don't like to be right. I was married to one for a very long time. And I think that you're just trying to save face at this point. And it feels like somebody here, and this could be at a job. Listen, it could be a job that you know has been dead for a while. You've been trying to do your best, to give your best, and you do, but you're not getting really anything back in return. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. You've been working really hard on both ends of this. You're the magician. Like when we look at this particular magician, everything is in the air, right? The wands, the pentacles, the cups, the swords, everything is in the air. And so I feel it's almost like you're raising it all up and saying, you know what? It's time for me to just create the environment for change. Create the environment for change. And I'm going to tell you what's waiting on the other side of the Wheel of Fortune for you is abundance, stability, be able to speak out loud, be able to raise yourself from the dead. It's like, I feel like you're raising yourself from a dead situation here. I feel like you're trying to find balance. Look, something is weighing heavy on you. I think it's this emotional thing. It also could be the workplace. It could be that you're putting in a lot of extra time, overtime. Maybe you're the subject matter expert. Look, maybe you're in an acting position and they're not paying you what you're worth. Because I feel like you're the person who has all of the information, but it feels like this Ten of Wands tells me that something is really weighing heavy on you. I feel like it could be something going on in the workplace. I feel like you're smarter than your boss. I feel, it's something like that. You could step into their shoes in 8 seconds and probably run the place better than they could. So what's weighing heavy on you is that you're stubborn, right? I'm just going to call you out, Scorpio. You're stubborn. And that's the way it is for fixed signs. This is also fixed sign energy, but it's also Sagittarius, who is not as stuck as the rest. Sagittarius, you're not off the hook. But you're not as stuck as the rest, right? So also, Sagittarius doesn't like to be wrong, but I'm just going to say this. I feel like you're sort of holding this all together with brute force at this time, because I think everything is ready to fall apart. And I think you're not going to feel the complete combustion of all of it until Saturn shows up. And I think that's around the 13th of February. Right now, Neptune is in your sign, making things feel all good and airy-fairy and looking into the future, seeing potential that really isn't there. I feel like this Empress energy is bringing this moment of, I'm carrying too much and it's time to invest in myself. It's time to invest in me. It's time for a change. We're going to put down 2 cards here. See what's under the surface that you don't see here, Aries. Wow, I didn't expect it to be that wild for you right away. It's pretty hard-headed, I'm going to say. And I'm just picturing a ram in my head. It's pretty hard-headed here. What's under the surface is the 3 of Wands. It's your future, my friend. This is the future move. This is the Lovers, the future choices. Yep. It all is teeter-tottering, seesaw, whatever you want to say if you're in the States. It's all teeter-tottering on this. Yeah, it's all about choices. It does feel like it's time for you to make choices for your future, but I feel like right now what you're busy doing is holding some sort of emotional thing under the surface that's not working out for you. You feel very emotional about something that you've been working really hard on, and it's weighing super heavy on you, but there's no way you can stop the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune isn't waiting for you. Like I said, sorry, you don't make the rules. But it does feel like all of this stuff is going to be coming at you roundabout between now and the middle of February. Let's do a little bit of clarifying. Tell me about this. Well, should we talk about that? Yeah, let's talk about the 2 of Cups in the reverse. Let's see what that's about first. Tell me about the 2 of Cups in reverse for Aries. Aries, your readings have really been kind of do it or don't sort of. The energy you're giving me, man. It's a pretty big deal. We got the 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, it does feel like it's both ways. This has got to go both ways. I cannot carry a one-sided relationship on both sides, but you're going to try as much as you can. You're going to try. I'm looking at, and we should, right? When we're reading tarot, we should always look at the symbolism. There's somebody here who's giving you 1 pentacle, right? So we see the 1 pentacle there. We see 2 on the shelf. You do have a decision to make. We see 3. I feel like the reason you're staying is because you've already built the foundation. You already have a working relationship. You've got this partnership going on. And somebody here is giving you a pittance. Look, they have 5 on the shelf. And they're giving you 1. And I feel like they're not giving you as much as you're worth, I'm going to say. That this person has reduced your worth to just 1 pentacle. We've got the 3 of cups here. But when it's good, it's really good, Elsie. It's like so good. I know, Aries. Ooh, but when it's bad, damn, right? So I feel like somebody is codependent on your happiness. It feels, or you're codependent on someone else's happiness. What I'm getting in my head is, well, mama's not happy, no one's happy. But it happens for dad that way too. I'm just going to say it does feel like when somebody comes home from work, if they're in a bad mood, the whole household is in a bad mood. And I feel like you're living like almost under duress. Now, Aries, I don't think that you're somebody who lives under duress normally, but I feel like you're holding on to this so hard because to let it go and create an environment of change is going to mean that you gave up. So I think that you're hanging on for dear life here. I feel like you're hanging on here for dear life because you are trying to save face with other people. I told you I made the right decision and I'm going to hang out till the end. You're waiting for someone else to pull the plug. Tell me what this Wheel of Fortune is about for Aries, please. We've got Jesus. I gotta stop saying those things out loud. Look, the things you say matter. Yes. So I think that you're waiting for someone to pull the plug. Even though you feel betrayed, even though you feel hurt, even though somebody is saying things behind your back, possibly saying things to your face, whatever it is, I feel like something needs to be released here. And there's no way that you're going to be able to hold it together. So either it's going to be pried out of your cold dead hands or you're going to let it go. One of the two. We've got the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, that's what I feel like is coming here. And we got the 2 of Swords. You know what? It's your decision. It's not anyone else's decision. I feel like you're the one that comes to the perspective that I've got to go. That's what it feels like here. Bottom of the deck. That's always the future energy for me. I think that the next decision you make is you get this perspective of, I finally see something for what it really truly is. And what it really truly is that you are looking at something, you were looking at something from a point of view that wasn't necessarily clear. I feel like you've been dangling off the edge of making some sort of a leap. And I think you're going to take time out to think by yourself about what your next move is. Sort of, I think that you're going to go inward and say, like, is it me? And I think you're going to realize very quickly that it's not you. I think, Aries, that you're doing what you can. I think you're doing as much as you can, to be honest. And I feel like it's really just going to take this. It's going to take this perspective moment of, should I leap or should I not? Aries energy, right? So let's take a look at this Ace of Pentacles. Let's sort of skip to the good part. Let's see what happens if you decide to quit the job, quit putting as much work into this, quit doing the job without getting paid for it, quit doing the acting position. I'm talking about relationships or I'm talking about work. It could be either way. But I feel like the Wheel of Fortune, the reason it changes, not because it's like the Wheel of Fortune isn't like the tower. It doesn't force the shift, but it really just sort of drags you along kicking and screaming. So even if you're not ready to make this decision, I think that you will. I think that the 9 of Pentacles tells me that with confidence, you will finally make a decision, but only because your intuition says so. Not because you see what you believe or believe what you see. It's because your intuition says so. And it might be partially because you believe what you see. But with the 10 of Swords here, it's the end of this hard cycle that you've been in. I think somebody is henpecking you. And I say that with love. I don't mean a woman pecking at a man. It could be a man pecking at a woman. I think that you're bleeding out because someone is nitpicking you to death. That's what it feels like here. They're just nitpicking you. And soon you'll start bleeding out. If you don't make a change here, it's going to be really hard, but you're going to be forced to make the change because the pain will be too much. Tell me about the Ace of Pentacles here. Let's skip to the good part. If you decide to release something here, drop this heavy burden, it could be a financial burden, it could be a work burden, it could be a relationship burden, not being paid what you're worth. If you decide to drop it, what happens here? We've got the Two of Pentacles. You immediately get some balance. You immediately start to feel more in balance. You're still a little bit wobbly. I'm just going to say you're starting to build fresh, build new. Three of Pentacles is the place where you are building the new foundation. And I feel like you are on a little bit of wobbly legs, but I think you're starting over again, brand new. I could be talking about you leaving a job, going to a new job. Could be a corporation, could be commitment. I'm telling you, it's a general reading, right? So for those of you who are looking at this as a relationship reading, I feel like you are probably going to be leaving the commitment and starting over again, standing strong by yourself. I feel like finally you come to this place where you have to make a decision to do the right thing. Do the right thing by yourself. We do have the Two of Pentacles here. That's the decision-making process in the 3D. Now, the Two of Swords is in the mind, right? I'm thinking about it. I'm feeling it out. My eyes are covered. I don't know if I can do it. No, all that stuff. But in the back of your mind is the Nine of Pentacles. Do I need to become single in order to be able to allow my destiny to arrive? Because you can hold it off with brute strength as long as you want to, but you'll only be able to do that for a certain amount of time. So I feel like whether this is the commitment that we're looking at or whether this is work related, regardless, you need a new path. You need to be happy. You need to have hope. I feel like you need to have stability. And right now all the balls are in the air and you're not sure what's happening. We're going to go into the extended. We're going to talk more about this, Aries. We're going to talk about the rest of this. We're going to clarify a little more what's under the surface. I feel like a choice that you're about to make in the future is what is going to change everything and then ignite this wheel of fortune. Well, we sort of lived up to the Neptune Saturn cross, didn't we? And if you want to come into the extended, please look above the comments. There's one pinned comment under every video that I upload, and you will see there when you click on that read more, you will see a link for the extended. That's where all of these extendeds go in the membership area. If you're interested in just purchasing this one outright and you don't want to go into the membership area, then please go ahead and do that. There's a link there for it. If you're interested in a private read based on this, if you've got some big changes coming up and you want to know what's going on, then please contact me by clicking on the link to Hypsee. I do have an option. My most reasonably priced option is $25. You get that reading back within 48 hours, and it goes up from there, and the time frames are longer as well. So pick what you need. And also, I'm going to be online tomorrow as I do this reading. It is the 28th. I'm crossing into the 29th. And I will be online between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. Central Standard Time on the 29th if you're interested in connecting with me live. I'm going to go for now, and I will see you in the extended. And if I don't, that's okay, because I'll be back, because I'm always back. Take care, friends. I'm out. Bye-bye.